No, it's not clickbait. I seriously went to an airport and boarded a plane for a flight 81 times in the last 18 months. That's why I have these lovely bags under my eyes now. Today, I want to unpack all of the travel tips that I learned along the way, because boy, did I learn a lot in that process. First and foremost, get TSA PreCheck. That's it. That's the tip. Just go get it. It's the best thing ever. You pay once for it. You have it for 5 years. You can re-up after those 5 years, and it basically allows you to go through security lines where you are already pre-checked, hence the name, and you don't have to take off your shoes. You're using shorter lines. You don't have to take electronics out of your backpack. It's just such a better experience than waiting in long lines at an airport. I one time actually showed up 15 minutes before we started boarding. Not the best move, but I still got to the gate 10 minutes early. So if you do the math, that's pretty cool. PreCheck is fantastic. If you also travel internationally, I'd recommend Global Entry, or if you want to kind of boost PreCheck up a level, you can get Clear, which is like PreCheck on steroids. You just get shuttled to the front of a PreCheck line instead. Either way, those are the three that I think would work for most people. PreCheck, I think, is the best choice for the majority of travelers. And like I kind of already mentioned, you do pay for this service. However, if you don't want to pay for it, tip number 2, get a travel credit card. Most travel credit cards do cover the fee of either PreCheck, Clear, or Global Entry, and that's a really nice perk to have on top of all of the other benefits that you get from using a travel credit card. My preferred card is the Amex Platinum card, which does have a pretty steep yearly fee, like very steep yearly fee, but you get a lot of credits back in the form of various kickbacks, including $240 a year towards digital entertainment, $200 a year towards Uber, hotel credits, flight credits, a whole bunch of great stuff, and also access to the Hertz presidential status, or whatever it's called. President Circle, Gene, is that what it's called? President Circle, thank you, Gene, Avis Preferred Plus, and a bunch of other really great access to lounges and airports, including the Centurion lounges. It is a wonderful card. I highly recommend it if you are a frequent traveler. If not, you can easily get an entry-level card that is more applicable for your preferred airline. Those would also just be really nice to have on hand, because at least you're getting miles back on the trips that you are taking. And then maybe a couple years down the road, you can use all of those miles to get a free vacation for you and a friend, or you and a spouse. No matter what card you choose, I would definitely recommend getting a travel credit card. If you are interested in the Platinum card, I do have a referral link in the description, and you can get a lot more sign-up points using my link than the current publicly available link. So check it out. Moving on, let's talk about the clothes that you're going to wear while you're traveling, because those are really, really important and can affect the way that you travel as a whole. Right now, I'm wearing my favorite travel jacket, literally of all time. It's the Patagonia R1, and I'm also wearing a pair of Lululemon Commission Slim pants. This has been my go-to outfit right here, really for every flight that I've taken in the past 18 months. I absolutely love it. The jacket is super versatile, and it has zippered pockets on it, which I think is a really big bonus and something that you should look out for with the clothes that you're wearing while you travel. Because you're traveling with a lot of sensitive information, a passport, a license, a wallet, a phone. There are a lot of things that you're using and juggling as you're getting through an airport, and it's really nice to just have a zippered pocket that you can securely stash that in as you're moving from place to place. So I'd recommend a jacket along these lines, just something with a zippered pocket or a fastenable pocket to secure all of those things. And then the pants, I mean, I have lived in these pants throughout my travel season. They are fantastic, 4-way stretch, really just comfortable to be in, and they also look really professional at the same time. So when I'm traveling for work, I often just bring these pants, and that's it, because I can use them in any capacity that I'm going to find myself in. You don't have to get this exact outfit, but just to be cognizant of what you're wearing as you travel is hugely helpful. And I would look into, pants that have stretch in them, comfortable shoes, a jacket with zippers, maybe a hoodie with zippers, something along those lines, because I do think they will make your life a lot easier when you're moving throughout the airport. Speaking of moving throughout the airport, the bags that you're bringing with you are also extremely important. For the first couple of flights that I was on, I was using a Pelican roller case, which I do like to a certain degree. But what I've moved to in the past maybe year is a Think Tank roller derby. The benefit of this is the 4 wheels that are on it and the higher capacity of equipment that it allows you to bring. I think 4 wheels is just a non-negotiable for me at this point. Getting through an airport is so much easier to move that bag around when it has 4 wheels that you can move it on. And because it's able to sit upright versus having to tilt it at an angle as you move, you can also throw your backpack on there, and then you just add it to the handle of your bag, and you are zipping through the airport. You got nothing on your back. You're feeling comfortable in your good clothes. You're moving, grooving, and you don't have a care in the world, which is really, really nice. It's kind of underrated, I think, to take care of yourself while you're traveling, and this is just one small way that you can do that. I'd also recommend splurging a little bit on taking care of yourself while you travel and getting some items that are like Tylenol and Tums and eye creams and face wipes and things that you can kind of pamper yourself with, because travel's kind of a gross thing sometimes. It's sweaty, it's cramped quarters, it's long, you get dehydrated. There's a lot of things that just happen to you as you're getting from point A to point B. And it can just be nice to have a couple little tricks up your sleeve to make yourself feel a little more taken care of as you're doing all of that. So things that I usually pack are what I just mentioned, usually a bottle of ibuprofen, a bottle of Tums, some kind of eye cream, face wipe, lip balm, things along those lines. I get pretty dried out when I'm traveling, and I just want to make sure that I'm feeling taken care of as I'm moving along. Lastly, this might be something that I'm a little more attuned with because I'm traveling with a lot of camera equipment as I'm going, but I've really gotten accustomed to having air tags in every single piece of luggage that I'm traveling with. I do think for most people, this would be a nice security blanket to add to your travel setup as well. It's just nice to be able to have your phone on you and just double check that everything is where it's supposed to be. I've got one on multiple sets of keys. I've got one inside of my wallet, one in every camera backpack, rolling bag, and hard shell case that I have, just so I know where everything is at all times, especially in circumstances where I need to check a bag or maybe need to gate check something because the overhead compartment space is full on a flight. It's really reassuring to just know that, hey, my bag's actually going with me. It actually made it to the airport. It's actually at the luggage check. What is it called? It's actually at the luggage check? Baggage claim. It's actually at the baggage claim. I swear I've been to the airport 81 times in 18 months. I know what a baggage claim is. It's just really nice to know where all of your stuff is at all times. And I've found it to be like a really, really nice way to clear up my mental space and not worry about the stuff that I'm traveling with, because again, I'm traveling with a lot of expensive equipment, and it's just a nice comfort to know that I am totally squared away, all good. And in a worst case scenario, I'd be able to know exactly where my bag maybe got lost along the way or got kept at a different airport because it didn't make it to my flight on a connecting flight. It just adds a layer of security to the whole process of travel. The past 18 months have obviously been a whirlwind for me, and to be honest, it's been both difficult and also kind of a fun learning experience at the same time. I was never someone who enjoyed flying or traveling that much, and it's definitely forced me outside of my comfort zone. And as much as I have really disliked the whole flying process and showing up to the airport this many times in the last 18 months, I think I've learned a lot and I've grown a lot in many ways. And I've also really just prioritized making the travel experience as comfortable as possible. That's something that Gene and I have talked a lot about, and he's really emphasized in all of my flights is just try to make the experience as best as possible, because it's inherently not the most comfortable thing to do. So just look for those little ways that you can make travel better for yourself. Whatever that looks like for you, maybe it's none of the things that I talked about today, and that's okay. Just do whatever you can to make your life easier as you are traveling and take care of yourself along the way. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you on flight number 82. I hope that never happens. No, that's happening next week. Crap!